Florida Real Estate Pre-License Exam Review Flash C, 55 questions with explained answers. Flashcard 1. Term. In the state of Florida, if no broker relationship is disclosed, it is presumed that. Definition. The agent is a transaction broker. Flashcard 2. Term. When it comes to land rights, what is riparian rights and littoral rights? Definition. Riparian equals river associated with land abutting moving water. Littoral equals ocean associated with land abutting to tidal bodies of water. Flashcard 3. Term. What are owners guaranteed under homestead? Definition. Protection of family. Protection of homestead. Credit card debt can't affect the homestead tax exemption size of homestead personal property. Flashcard 4. Term. Who may use the term realtor? Definition. Realtor and real estate licensee are not synonymous. Realtors are members of a local board of realtors, privately run organization. Flashcard 5. Term. What is the 1-1-1-1-1 rule? Definition. The is only one violation, that is a misdemeanor of the first degree, is subject to a fine of up to $1,000 and or imprisonment for up to 1 year. Flashcard 6. Term. What are the various forms of lease agreements? Definition. Gross lease, net lease, percentage lease, variable lease, ground lease. Flashcard 7. Term. How long does a sales associate have until they have to turn trust money over to a broker? Definition. End of the next business day. Flashcard 8. Term. How long does a licensee after receiving a citation to accept or reject allegations? Definition. 30 days. Flashcard 9. Term. Who are the 7 members of the Florida Real Estate Commission, FREC? Definition. 7 professional members that are unpaid for being real estate brokers who have held active licenses during the 5-year preceding. One must be real estate broker or associate who has held an active license during the 2-year preceding. 2 are consumer, unlicensed, members. Flashcard 10. Term. If a license has been involuntary inactive for 12 months or more, what must they do to reactivate? Definition. 28 hours of a commission prescribed education course. Flashcard 11. Term. When conducting appraisals, must follow what set of guidelines? Definition. Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice, USPAP, Best Practices. Flashcard 12. Term. If a seller presents a verbal offer on a property, must an agent disclose this to the buyer? Definition. Yes, a real estate agent must disclose any and all offers even though it is not enforceable until written on a contract. Flashcard 13. Term. What is a primary market? Definition. Is the market where securities or goods are actually created. Flashcard 14. Term. In general business dealings, what is an agent? Definition. The person entrusted with another business. Flashcard 15. Term. What is the difference between erosion and reliction? Definition. Erosion is gradual loss of land due to natural forces, reliction is gradual receding of water uncovering more land. Flashcard 16. Term. Can a real estate broker/sales associate appraise a property for compensation? Definition. Yes, but cannot say they are state certified, registered trainee, or licensed appraisers. Flashcard 17. Term. How would one figure out the acreage from SE1/4 of the NW1/4 and NE1/4 of the SW1/4? Definition. 1. Multiply denominators 4*4 equals 16 over 640 and 4*4 equals 16 over 640 402, add equals 80 acres. Flashcard 18. Term. When it comes to licensure fees, who can be waived? Definition. Military veterans. This fee waiver applies to all licenses issued by Department of Business and Professional Regulation, DBPR. Flashcard 19. Term. If a student fails course pre-licensure exam, how long must one wait until one can retake the exam? How many times can one retest before having to retake the entire course? Definition. Applicant must wait 30 days, and is allowed to retest 1 time before having to retake the course. Flashcard 20. Term. How long does a licensee have to respond to a final order? Definition. 30 days. Flashcard 21. Term. After completing the post-license education, what must the applicant do? Definition. Active and inactive licenses must biennially take 14 hours of continuing education. A licensee may substitute 3 CE credits, classroom hours, only 1 time per renewal cycle, 2 years. Flashcard 22. Term. In broker property management, deposits and advance trust funds must be. Definition. Deposited into a broker's escrow account by the end of the 3rd business day after receipt of trust fund. Flashcard 23. Term. If a license has been involuntary inactive for 12 months or less, what must they do to reactivate? Definition. 14 hour of FREC approved continuing education. Flashcard 24. Term. What are the characteristics of value? Definition. DUSD demand utility scarcity transferability. Flashcard 25. Term, Civil Rights Act of 1866. Definition, prohibits any type of discrimination based on race in any real estate transaction without exception. Flashcard 26. Term, a judge submits a recommended order to the FREC about a case. What can the FREC do? Definition, FREC doesn't have to abide by recommended penalty. Flashcard 27. Term, how can a single agent for a seller change to assist both the seller and the prospective buyer? Definition, the state of Florida allows the agent to change from a single agent to transaction broker. Flashcard 28. Term, what is an overimprovement? Definition, occurs when an owner invests more money in a structure than the owner can reasonably expect to recapture. Flashcard 29. Term, how much money is the broker allowed to place in an escrow account as a cushion? Definition, $1,000 of personal monies. Flashcard 30. Term, who is exempt from a relicense? Definition, property owners, corporations, partnerships, trusts, and joint venture salaried employees court approved individuals apartment property owners that pay a finder's fee, asking tenants to find clients to fill vacancies, no more than $50. Flashcard 31. Term, what is an agency relationship? Definition, when a person delegates authority to someone to act on his or her behalf. Flashcard 32. Term, what did the Servicemen's Readjustment Act and Department of Veterans Affairs give to WW2 vets? Definition, partial guarantee of mortgage loans. Flashcard 33. Term, in the state of Florida, can an agent be a dual agent? Definition, no, it is illegal. Flashcard 34. Term, what does the statute of limitations say? Definition, designates the period of time which the terms of a race may be enforced. Written contract, 5 years. Oral contracts, 4 years. Flashcard 35. Term, what is the difference between a rental agent and a property manager? Definition, rental agent, find a tenant and collect fee. Property manager, continue to manage property after tenant is secured. Flashcard 36. Term, what are the powers and duties of the FREC? Definition, executive powers, regulate and enforce. Quasi-legislative, to enact and revise administrative rules/regulations. Quasi-legislative, administer penalties, fine/suspend/revoke. Flashcard 37. Term, what are remedies for a breach of contract? Definition, specific performance. Liquidated damages, rescission, cancel contract, compensatory damages. Flashcard 38. Term, what is a stipulation? Definition, is an agreement as to the facts of the case and the penalty reached between the attorneys for the DRE and licensee's attorneys. Flashcard 39. Term, applicants should be familiar with these laws and rules and their respective subsections. Definition, FS equals Florida Statute, F.S. 20 F.S. Chapter 475 Part 1, pertains to real estate brokerage. Part 2, pertains to real estate appraisers. Part 3, Commercial Real Estate Sales Commission Lien Act, lien is only on owner's net proceeds. Part 4, Commercial Real Estate Leasing Commission Lien Act, gives broker lien rights. F.S. 455 Chapter 61 J2. Flashcard 40. Term, who created the MLS, Multiple Listing Service, database? Definition, National Association of Realtors. Flashcard 41. Term, who does the commission for a BPO, or for any service of real estate, go to? A. Broker associateb, sales associatec, broker. Definition, C. Compensation cannot be paid directly to associates. Flashcard 42. Term, in a transaction broker relationship, is the buyer responsible for the actions of the licensee? Definition, no. Flashcard 43. Term, what is a farm area? Definition, when broker/sales associate become an expert in one portion of the city. Flashcard 44. Term, real estate brokerage. Definition, is the bringing together of buyers and sellers, owners and renters and completing real estate transactions. Flashcard 45. Term, what types of agents can one be in an agency relationship? Definition, universal general, sales associate, special agent. Flashcard 46. Term, real estate business. Definition, is composed of many specializations. 1. Details of property transfer, knowledge of SAD. Phase 2. Market conditions. 3. How to market real estate business. 4. How to analyze buyers' needs. 5. Laws that pertain to real estate. Flashcard 47. Term, what are the 3 types of law that regulate agency relationships? Definition, common law, unwritten law based on usage, general acceptance, and custom. Statutory law, written law enacted by legislature. Administrative law, FREC's rules and regulations, code of ethics. Flashcard 48. Term, how can an agent maintain good standing with clients? After title closing, ***. Definition, follow-up, This will result in a good reputation and future referrals and word-of-mouth advertising, ****. Flashcard 49, term, what does the statute of frauds say? Definition, any contract must be in writing and signed to be enforceable. Flashcard 50, term, Jones v. Mayer, definition, Court upheld Civil Rights Act of 1866. Flashcard 51, term, how soon must a licensee notify DBPR of a change of address? Definition, within 10 days of change of mailing address, otherwise are subject to citation and $500 fine. Flashcard 52, term, what will cause a license to become voluntary inactive? Definition, if a licensee fails to renew before expiration date. Flashcard 53, term, what is a corporation sole? Definition, is an ecclesiastical or church organization and should not be confused with a corporation for profit, sole. Flashcard 54, term, what is the difference between a multiple license and a group license? Definition, one business entity holds more than one broker's license. A group license is sometimes issued to a. Flashcard 55, term, what is a defeasance clause? Definition, defeats prior action.